Hello, my name is Liz, and I live in Warner, New Hampshire. Stories are an important part of culture. They give us explanations of why things are the way they are and why certain things came to be. They teach us life lessons. They're the way we pass our oral histories from generation to generation. As an Abenaki woman and the daughter of a storyteller, I grew up hearing our traditional stories. My mother, who is in the audience, would practice her stories for my brothers and I at the kitchen table, or in the car on the way to powwows or any other Native event that we would go to from weekend to weekend, pretty much all year long. We all had our favorites, and we were even allowed to pick and paint the stones that represented those stories that she would use when she told stories. So even though the storytelling gene skipped me, I'd like to share one of the stories I grew up with. So this story is a story that was my grandfather's that he told my mom, and then my mom in turn told us. And again, the storytelling gene skipped me, so I apologize. So the way the story goes is in the old days, the trees kept their leaves all year round. They had the beautiful green leaves all the time. And there was one winter when a small bird injured itself and could not fly south with its family for the winter. So what it did is it went from tree to tree. And first it went to the maple tree, who had these beautiful leaves and this great foliage, and said, "Please, Mr. Maple, can I please spend the winter in your leaves? I can't fly south with my family because I've broken my wing." And the maple tree said, "Little bird, go away. You can't stay here." And so next, the little bird went to the oak tree, who also had great big leaves and wonderful foliage, and said, "Please, Mr. Oak, can I spend the winter in your leaves? I've hurt myself and can't fly south." And the oak tree said, "No, I don't think so. You need to go somewhere else. I don't want to hear your twittering all winter long." And so the little bird went from tree to tree to tree, and one after another, they all said, "No, go somewhere else. I have no room for you." And eventually the little bird went to the pine tree and said, "Please, Mr. Pine, I can't fly south for the winter. I've broken my wing. Can I please stay the winter in your leaves?" And the pine tree said, "I don't have much to offer. My needles don't provide a lot of shade or warmth or comfort, but what I have is yours." The Creator was looking down and seeing the responses of all the trees as the little bird went from one place to the other. And he got very angry at those trees who wouldn't provide shelter. And he said, "From now on, because of your greed and your selfishness, you will lose your leaves every winter so that you know the cold and the hopelessness that this little bird has felt." And to the pine tree, he said, "Because of your kindness and your warmth, you will be able to keep your needles for the entire year, while the other trees all lose theirs." So Uliuni, thank you for the honor of allowing me to speak to you tonight and the honor of being one of your chosen people. Thank you.